Dorian.
All right. I can see like the fencing still runs along here, but there's a interesting trail that just kind of pops up out of nowhere. And it's right here. Wow. That's frightening. But there's no trespassing signs. There's nothing saying I can't go up here. Except the spiders, maybe. This is very steep. God, this could be like a really bad idea, because I can barely make it up this hill. I really hope this leads out somewhere, because this trail is so steep. Sorry, I got this stick in front of me. The ground's also really dusty. Oh my god, this was a bad idea. I honestly don't know if I can get back down this way. But I'm here. Oh my god, there's like mock steps here. Like this leads somewhere. Hopefully not to a homeless camp. I'm gonna have to grab this fence going down. Oh, my legs are so tired. I need a second. That was steep. There's somebody right over there. I hear people everywhere. Okay. My apologies for the heavy breathing. This is just all about. Oh my god. My heart rate is like 120. I can't even talk. I don't even know where this goes, because the water tanks are down here. I was hoping this is probably still the way that I've gotten myself into a predicament, because I don't know how it's going to be really hard to go down that trail the other way. And this, I don't want to go uphill anymore, but this may be my best way, is just continuing on the trail, because it's a trail. There's no trespassing sign, so as far as I know, this is okay. There was no fences, there was no signs, there's nothing. I just don't know where this goes. Yeah, like, where's that trail? Okay. My thought is maybe this wraps around, because I know there's a trail that went down this way, but I've never gone all that way. So maybe this trail ties to that one. I don't know where this one goes. My apologies. I'm still very out of shape. I've only been like therapy walking for like what, 5-6 days. I'm still very out of shape, and this has been straight uphill for me. So my hope is that this wraps around and connects with another trail over here. Fortunately, I'm about as high as you can get. Keep coming back to Kelly Butte. This isn't, maybe this is a trail at one time. Yeah, I don't know where that goes. Please tell me these trails don't just end. You know, when you get so winded and you're breathing so heavily, your throat just gets gross. That's where I'm at. Very welcome sign. I don't know where you can see it, but right there, there's a sign. Those signs are all over Kelly Butte, and they say, like, you know, no motorized vehicles, which that's logical, but that tells me, that vindicates for me that this is a Kelly Butte connected trail. There is a fence that continues alongside it down there that goes up around the water tanks. I think technically, I've never seen no trespassing signs there, and there's lots of cuts in the fencing, and I see people down there all the time, but I think technically you're not supposed to go down to the water tanks. It's a little up in the air at this point. I you know, even when I came here years ago, the fences were cut open, so you know, maybe they don't really care that much anymore, but that's a welcome sign for me. That tells me that this is actually a park trail, and I'm hopefully not just gonna get lost up here. But I've never been to this park because I'm on the, oh, I know where I am. I can see the field through there, so I actually know right where I'm at. I thought I was actually gonna connect with this trail right here, and I was gonna come up from this direction. That solves the mystery. I know where this trail goes. I was hoping it led me back into the park. People over there. Probably just hikers. Oh man. Oh man, my legs are finished. That probably wraps down towards the tanks. Ooh, people in their mutts. There's a lot of people in this park today. Oh. So, regular old success story. Exhausting though it was. And yeah, another day where we end up back at Kelly Butte. What do you want? I can't travel that far. That being said, I was kind of into it, and then I was very against it. I have to do a few things. I know there's a trail up here. I'm gonna try to make my way up there. There's also a tent up here, but hey, people gotta camp somewhere. So I want to find a nice little spot up here to just sit and rest for a few minutes. I'm gonna sit on this lump here. I haven't felt this exhausted to the point of near psychosis since I can barely talk sitting down. I'm so tired. That hill was so fucking steep. I barely made it up it. Like, it was much more steeper, I think, than it was good come out on video. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's the most like, I can't, like, you see how much I'm, like, my phone's kind of jittering? Like, that's me trying to hold my hand still. It's the most exhausted I've been since I did my Springwater trail trek. Except this happened at the start, and it was, again, I was climbing a hill that was a lot steeper than I thought, and literally, by the time I got to the top, I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this video today. I can't function. And I did just what I'm doing right now. When I finally got to the top, and it was like, I'd already kind of decided I was done. I was like, no rush, so I just kind of sat for like 10 minutes, just kind of sat and just kind of let the exhaustion ease its way out of me. And then I actually finished it. walked like 97, 98 degree weather. I walked like another, geez, I don't know, 7 miles, 8 miles in blistering heat. Somebody's over here and he's kind of acting sketchy. I might get up and start moving. Oh man. Yeah. He's like hiding over here behind the trees. Where'd that guy go? Every time. I can't see these glasses on. Okay, there's no way this guy's that far ahead of me. I swear to God, every time I come up this stretch, this is the stretch where weird shit always happens. No, I would have caught up to that guy by now. I'm freaking weirded out. I don't even know if this trail really goes anywhere. Obviously, someone was cooking something out here. Yeah, woods. Yeah, this brilliant idea. Burn the friggin' park down. Great. Yeah. I don't think that's really a trail. This is probably a suicide trail. Yeah, it just kind of ends. I'm so fucking weirded out. Every time. So there was like 2 trees. There was like one big tree and then a log sticking up. And this guy like saw me and kind of came to a stop. And then kind of crept from one tree behind the other. And then he kind of stepped off where he would have been going this way. And then I stood up and started following him like, 20 seconds later, and I shot down this trail. And even when I had a good view ahead of me, he's nowhere to be found. He was kind of sketchy. He had like a shaved head, glasses, and he had just that kind of like, it was like he didn't want me to notice him. And this is the only way he could have gone. Because he was coming over. He either had to come towards me or cut off down this trail. He had to do one or the other. Jesus. I wish I would have gotten a shot of him, because now it can just be implied that I'm making this up, considering the fact that when I go through this part of the park, that's kind of cool. I wonder what that's a old piece of. But every time I go more towards the west side of the park, weird stuff happens, and I discussed that in my documentary that I did about this place. The first time I came through here, I saw someone like lingering in the shadows, and then he kind of disappeared and came back and disappeared again. Then my GoPro randomly stopped working, but once I got back out on the other side, my GoPro started working again. And I've never had that same problem, and the battery wasn't dead. There wasn't anything wrong with the card. I literally was able to verify that it was a random thing, and I've had that GoPro for like almost 4 years, and I've never had that issue. And now there's this guy. Again, there was nowhere he could have hid. He would have had to be on this trail. Even if he stepped off in the brush, like, it's less dense than even this here. Man, I'm sketched. And this I'm pretty sure goes down. It starts leading you, which I don't want to do any more hill climbing. This looks like another deception made to make you think it's a trail. Yeah. So, anyway, how far down is this? There's a textbook and a cloth. I always find so many, like, homeless, like people, because obviously people camp out here a lot because this place isn't really monitored that well. But I never really see homeless people out there. Like, I saw that tent out there when I got here. That's the first time I've really seen. And I don't even know if anybody's in that tent. I took my mask off. I only put it back on because I saw that guy. This just goes all downhill too. Where does this go? At least this isn't like a gonna kill my legs trail. Then again, we'll see when I come back up it. I don't remember ever going down this trail. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Oh my god. What was that? I swear I just saw an animal run up that tree. Oh my god, that just keeps going down. That's like just down, down, down. I'm not going all the way down there. I don't care if the coolest thing in the world is down there. It actually looks like there's like a tent or a tarp down there anyway. No, I'm not in the mood for that. Instead, I'll go down this like almost dead trail that's guaranteed to get like 14 spiders on me. But yeah, it is case number 3. 3 times I've gone down this part of the park, down these trails towards this side, and weird stuff happens. Now people are just straight up disappearing. I remember these trees. This is like right through here is where I saw a guy like loitering, and like he was peering between these 2 trees, and I was up there and like I could see him. It didn't come out great on film because I was using this iPhone, and I mean, look, like a spot way off there, would you be able to discern like a head right there that's like, you know, a quarter the size of my fingernail? Probably not. So I kind of pointed out where it was in my documentary, but yeah, because I remember seeing it through these 2 trees. Yeah, it just goes down forever. So this is the really weird stretch of trail. This is where my GoPro stopped working. This is where I saw that random person like the first time. So every time I go in this area, weird stuff happens, and nobody wants to believe me. Of course, this time around I can understand it because I didn't turn the guy was acting strange, and I didn't want to like turn my camera towards him. It was obvious I was vlogging, and he obviously didn't want to show up in my video for whatever reason, you know. Maybe he's just a private dude. Maybe he's a creepy weirdo stalking this generally unventured area. I honestly think, because nobody ever comes here. Before the quarantine, the most times that, like, the most people I ever saw, during one excursion here was maybe 4. And they were like a group walking together. Today, I saw 4 people kind of up towards the head of this trail I'm on now. I saw that creepy guy just now. I saw a woman walking her dog. I heard people down by the water tanks. I heard somebody else off the other. Like, I've heard at least 7 or 8 people today. And I think with the quarantine and with people's travel options being less, I think a lot more people are kind of desperate and going out and just, going out and doing what they can while so much is restricted. And I think slowly people are either coming back to this place or they're rediscovering it. Because even when I did my Randonautica video, there was like 3 or 4 people out here. So that's at least my theory as to why like I've seen more people in like 2 excursions I've done here in the last month than I did the other like 4 or 5 times I've been here. That's a hefty drop off down there. That looks like a trail that leads into kind of a little opening, but yeah, okay. I mean, my legs are tired, but they feel okay. I feel like as long as I'm not doing a lot more uphill climbing, I should be okay. And at least now I can exit out the normal way that you exit out of this place. Going down. I just got spider webbing all over my pretty little arm. Yeah, I think I'm starting to come out towards the head of everything. Oh boy. So nothing really weird happened along that particular stretch of trail, but I'm still wondering what the F happened to that one dude. It's a mystery. And I gots to know. I gotta know what happened. I also remember going down this trail once, and I got to a certain area where someone had been camping, and so I heard somebody like sprinting up the hill the other way, and I was like, nah, I'm out of here. Of course, right down here, this area is where the underground bunker is to this day, just slowly falling apart. This is not safe. How do people even get down this? My shoes have like no grip left, so this is very risky, especially since I'm keeping one of my hands obstructed by holding my phone. And I would just run down it, but I feel like I'm going to trip and break an ankle somewhere in there. And I don't want to trip on that. Because that's sometimes the best thing you can do is just accept the momentum and run down the hill. I haven't done that in so long, I feel like I'd screw it up. Okay, this isn't too far. I'm going to go for it. And let you watch my face as I hopefully don't kill myself. Okay, here we go. Here's the end. Well, that got me. That's steep. And before I go, for the hell of it, I know I've shown it like every time I've ever been here. Oh god, that poked me right in my junk. But of course there's the old backdoor secret entry to the bunker. That would be down here somewhere. So there's just kind of these little remains. Always have to do that when I pass by. I wasn't planning on actually being on Kelly Butte today. I just saw that trail and I was like, I can't resist. And I'm glad I was only planning on doing a short walk today, because going up that trail, that short stretch of straight uphill, probably did more for my legs than 3 miles of walking would. So I'm exhausted. But I guess you could call this a therapy walk. If by therapy I was just beating the living hell out of myself. What is this? Oh, it's a box. Oh, it's like maybe a picture in a portrait, or in a picture frame. Can't finish my sentences anymore. I'm gonna take a look over by the old staircase, because this of course, this is a long abandoned parking lot is what this is. Hence you've still got the old concrete barrier sticking up out of the ground. You can see it buried under the grass here. I think the last time there hasn't been any actual like work or business here, anything, for about 30 years. The 911 call center was the last business up here, and it was in the bunker. And they relocated in 1989, 1990, 1991, right in there. So this has, obviously it's a park people can go to, but this has been down there. Up here, this is just, an abandoned 30-year-old parking lot, essentially. So, people would park up here for whatever purpose, and then come down here to, that is Poison Oak. Stay away from that. They would come around, and yeah, right here You can see where the posts, handrails used to be, and you would go down this staircase, and the entry to the bunker that's mostly obstructed would be right there. So yeah, you would just walk down here, excuse me, and report for duty, I guess. It's like the most intriguing urbex possibility within miles of my home. So, you know, I've done a full documentary on my channel about my experiences at this place. I hope that wasn't, I think it was just a sticker bush. I really hope that wasn't poison oak. I just scratched my leg against something. Well, if it is, this area on my leg is gonna be pretty messed up. But yeah, this is about as, you know, there's not a lot of urbex places in Portland. Most properties, you know, there's really no such thing as an abandoned house in Portland. They're very rare. Usually if you see a place that looks abandoned, it's usually just a place that's, you know, whoever lived there moved out and they're waiting to sell it, or some developer bought it and is waiting for the right time to start to demo it and rebuild there and all that fun stuff that ruins this city bit by bit. So yeah, urbexing in Portland is really hard. If you are an urbexer and wanna, you know, are wondering about your possibilities in the Portland area, they're limited. If you want to urbex in Oregon, I suggest going to Central or Eastern Oregon, because there's a lot more abandoned, bona fide abandoned stuff out there. Beast that is Kelly Butte. It tackled you again.